What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Itz-Beez-Da TrackStar, and welcome back to another dancehall video tutorial, or reggae tutorial, I guess. This is not from scratch. This is a beat or build late last year or early this year, I think. Late last year, me and Treble, once again, somebody link me, so they want a Reggae Riddim. Link him and tell him, if lay the foundation, me finish it, and that's exactly what I'm do. So, we're gonna go through it. There's a couple of people that keep asking me to do it, and we keep saying we're gonna do it, and we're gonna just get it out of the way. I'm gonna have someone do from scratch coming. So for right now, just a showcase someone. Rhythm name Love Stone. Like I said, we build this for somebody, still a bit on payment, but we see how that go. So let's get into it without too much more talking. So the first pattern, of course, is the keys. And because we're mixing at 18 FL, we're gonna go through the mixer as well as the arrangement. So the first thing is the keys, and we have that pan off to the left side. And going through a vintage API EQ, just to get rid of all of the lows, some of the mids, and a boost some of the highs. And like I said, we have that pan off to the left side. Next, we have a bass. And this bass is coming from Ample Bass 2. It's just a simple little pattern. And this is what we have. And also we have some stuff on the track itself. So let's turn off the effects, listen to the dry bass. And then let's listen to the bass with all of the effects. So not much of a difference. So what I do is filter out the low end. Like me always say, if you want more bass, just cut bass. And if somebody tell us a lie, just tell them to go suck them over. We also have the Pro C2. We do some side chaining, which is unconventional to reggae, but I feel like it is necessary. And then we have the SSL EQ. I add some mid-range, high and low mids, and some bass, and we take out some of the top end, about 10K, 11K, almost 12K actually. And that's how we are going to. Matter of fact, let me turn on the master. My voice will get like a bit louder, so let's turn on my mic. So, these are the before of the bass. After. You know, like I said, we'll just tighten up the low end and, get some stuff added. After that, we have two VST what we use for the drums, right? So what I'm going to do is maybe build the drum pattern in this, and then me stem it out upon the mixer and record it, and then mix the files them individual. So as I can see, we have up to 16 tracks, but we only use about 10. We really only use about 5, right? And that's how we use build out the drums. So for that, I probably have to go into the playlist. As I can see, like me record them out in the playlist here. So these are the drums coming from Easy Drummer. If we solo them there, so you can hear what I go on. So these are the kick, snare, and 2 hi-hat, and then also from a different VST, which should be the Triton. Yep, we have another drum kit. They do the tom rolls, the snare roll, and the crash cymbal. So we have this for the tom rolls and stuff. And then we'll go into the drums from Easy Drummer. And of course, with the keys, and as I can see, I'm have a go on with the drums. Kicks, you know, always down the center mono. That's why I have this thing all the way to the right. So down the center mono, we have two kicks layered over each other. As far as the snares, you always want that down the center to see them way, so we not change nothing about them there. With the hi-hats, we have them the pan off to the left. You know, because naturally the hi-hat is on the left side of the drummer, you know, naturally. So we want to keep the natural feeling there from the drummer's perspective, you understand? So we have the hi-hats on the left, we have all of the crash on the right. You know, now you have drum sets, we have multiple different crash cymbals, but we just say, these are crash cymbals that they are probably about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So, you know, we put that over towards the right. As far as the toms, we just say maybe you have some floor toms, so we keep that centered a little bit, you know what I mean, and have everything else a dance around it, and I kind of like the balance what we get from that. So let's run that one more time. So now, if you add to that, right, another thing I'm going to do, I go and get 2 snare samples what I could add to this, and then I get another kick what I could add to this, so we can build on the drums, them fatten them up. Without. You know what I mean? But with. You know, a little bit fatter, a little bit, you know, louder. I'm like that. Let's go back to the patterns. After that, we add, fill up with the keys, a guitar. And what we do with that is, we run that through guitar rig firstly. And then we run it through isotope vinyl. So just run it through a preset is called Blonde Tolex. That are the presets. So this are the guitar before. After. Then they just want something gritty, you know, a little aggressive. And then what I do is I run it through vinyl. The newer one, because I feel like it give me a better tone than the older one. And of course, both of these are free. You can download them directly from Isotope. So we run it through that and we add some dirt to it to get a 90s, 50s, 1950s type of sound. Add a little bit of dust. Basically, if you understand the whole record player thing, vinyl, this is basically what I try to replicate. You know, aging of a record, like a whole record from the 1940s, now I'm going to play as clean as when it recorded in the 1940s. So that basically what this VST I try to recreate. So that's what I did I try to recreate with this guitar. But I don't want some kind of lo-fi. You understand what I say? So that is how the sound end up turning out. After that, we're going to Nexus for this high bell flute. And this is how that sound like. Pattern. Just basically I follow the main melody, and that's what I say. If you play the guitar and the keys, and of course the guitar is panned opposite of the keys because them play a similar pattern. So the real guitar I go to the right and the keys I go to the left. So if you play them together with the high bell and the bass. You know, very simple, you know what I mean? But we have a one on the high bell, pan that a little bit to the left. We have a shit ton of reverb, which in this section, in this session, is not really, it's not even active, you know? So let's turn on that. And you can hear the difference what the reverb make. That's dry. And then that's wet. You know, get a bigger sound, a much fatter sound. Love that. After that, we have this what I call Fort Zando bass, not bass, brass. I know basically once again we just follow the main pattern, we just duplicate everything and go up and active with it. That's all we do. So now we have and that's from Triton. Together. You know what I mean? very simple. Now here's the meat of the track now, the thing where you can't build reggae without, as far as some people concerned. That is the bubble bass, not the bubble beat, the bubble organ. And this one I come from Native Instruments B42, which is a very old VST, but I love it. It have a preset called reggae, and with the bubble we have this. Cool. So upon it or before, we have this. We never too like that. So use the Pro Q, chop out some of the lows, some of the low mids, boost some of the high. Use the effector wah filter to add some wah to it. And then we use lo-fi again to do the bubble organ. Kind of get a lo-fi vibe to it, you know what I mean? I love how that turn out. After pizzicato strings, we do this play everything what the fuck. And if you notice, most of everything is panned out. You know, space is very important because of a lot of things are going on. So when Trebla lay out the pattern for this, I tell him so I need one lower brass, you know what I mean? I tell him so just add the pattern, me swap it out for something once I get the file. So that's exactly what I do. So what I do is I load up sample tank tree and I find this trombone staccato with this trombone and tuba staccato. And like me did I tell him I want this low thing to complement the bass. So this is just the bass by itself. And then once it low, I'm going to add the trombone underneath it and I listen to the difference. And once I get on and on, we just follow the main pattern. If we go up and active, you know, we just follow the main pattern, every key, you know. But it just adds so much to it. I just like, you know, I say one guy with up on a Zoom and we build it. I just tell him, yo, add this, add that, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, this thing turned out great. And then the very last thing I'm gonna tell him for add was this Clavinet. Well, him add a Clavinet and then me change it to a different Clavinet once me get the file. So I use Omnisphere for this. And what we do is him add this pattern here, which may actually change up the pattern once me get it. I don't remember what the original pattern sound like. But it's very similar to this, I just change up certain notes. You know what I mean? With everything what we have going so far, Clavinet and it was just sounding great. This modern ticker from Addictive Drums was just some more kicks and stuff. We get to that once we get into the playlist. We have a pod now from X-Pan. So I'm pretty sure so we have filter. Yeah, so I filter out some of the lows and boost, a lot of the highs. Add a chorus effect to it to get some movement from native instruments. And then add the ST1 for widen it out. So without all of the effects, it loud and it's central and it bass heavy. But with all of the effects, it wide, have some movement on it, and it thin. Exactly what I did go for, you know what I mean? After that, I had another staccato, this time from X-Pan, the 3 trumpet crescendo, and we use that to add some emphasis to this 4 Zander brass. So this is the 4 Zander. And that's it by itself. But if we add the X-Pan brass, I can hear the front part become much more to life. You know, and that's how when I go for. Also, I copy down the clavinet pattern into Victory Brass from Nexus, and then just add the same exact pattern. Literally, same exact pattern. And then that was it as far as melodies. Everything else was just percussion. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the playlist. I'm going to solo out all of the drums and then just add in all of the perks one by one. And of course, all of the percussion is panned out. Everything in this track almost is panned out if necessary, you know what I mean? Because you want to get everything space for operate. Let's go. No, okay. So this is just the drums, and then we'll start adding some of the perks. It's a tambourine and a conga. Conga on the left, tambourine on the right. And we have a nice little shake up on the right. Cool. And we have another shaker on the left. Triangle, look a bit up the center, but look it to the right. We have a moving Congo. Then we have a cowbell. And then this last one is a gyro. You know, and that is it for like the drums. You know, so if we add the bass, we have a nice little rhythm. You know the reggae man, they like warm up. There's a nice warm up, better music. Cool. And just to kind of talk about the effects, we have a dub delay from Waves. We have a spring reverb. Reggae use a lot of spring reverb. Your track not gonna really sound true authentic if you not have the spring reverb. It's a part of it. It is a part of the sound of reggae. And then we have a plate reverb from Waves as well. You know what I mean? And that's the bed of the music. So now, we play the full track. So you get a vibe feed, sun solo, everything. And go back to the top and play the full track. So until next time, it's your boy Itz-Beez-Da TrackStar. Peace.